God. We live for another Monday episode of Craig Facts, Roast with the Host, Big John, Craig, just all of the above, man.
Hey, man, what's cracking with it, man? To the max.
To the max, man. 3 years strong. I've been going every week, man.
As you should,
How long
man.
you been strong with your podcast now?
Man, the podcast has been about maybe, let's say, probably 60 weeks, nigga, a year and some change.
Man.
Straight, man, every Monday, man.
Yeah, man, we on, bro.
Yeah.
Some major dope changes.
It's a beautiful thing to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, I remember when the quarantine happened, this is all I had,
Man. Hey, and that's how you built this shit, man. I remember you doing like 2 episodes a week, maybe more than that.
Yeah,
right?
for a long time.
Doing 3 episodes a week, damn near.
Yeah, you and Ken was on the very first episode when it was called "Don't Be a
Whole ass nigga.
Ninja."
Yeah, ninja. Yes.
Yeah, man. Time has really gone by, man. Damn, 3 years, bro.
Yep, that's dope.
Yeah, man. What do I want to talk about? Keke Palmer.
Let's start us off right, man, with Keke, man.
Look, man, I think she used this young fella for a baby. I don't understand why more successful women don't build up the courage to tell a man that, hey, I'm dating you because you got good hair, good genes, but I want to have a baby by you. And then once I have the baby, I'm going to discard you, figure out what I hate about you, and become a single mother and spend the rest of my life blaming you for something that I planned on doing anyway.
Damn.
A lot of women have good jobs, make good money, and they don't have the ability to be subservient because they're narcissistic and status driven. When you get a woman like Keke Palmer, and I'm not saying she's a narcissist, I talk about this every episode, but she's clearly discarding this man. She love bombed him. She sex bombed him. She gave him all the tender love and care he could handle for however long they was messing around. And then the baby came.
Damn.
And then the baby came, and the problems came after he came and she had a baby.
The problems came after he came. Hey, man, you came, and then that's when the problems came.
You have to be an ill woman to choose a man, have a baby by him, and then leave him because you think you're better than him.
Did she leave?
She's leaving him, but she's accusing him of abuse. I read the article. I don't know if he abused her, but in his defense, he said he was trying to take her cell phone because her mother threatened to shoot him.
So her mother threatened to shoot him.
She's on the phone with her mother while they arguing. He's there to pick up his son to watch Sunday Night Football with him. I'm just here to pick up my son.
Right.
His son's nowhere to be found. She knows he's coming to the crib to get his son, but his son ain't there. And that's his son. Ladies, you can't send a man's child to be with nobody without his permission.
Right.
I don't care if y'all together or not.
I agree.
If I'm coming to get my son, no matter who has him, they need to bring him back.
Right. Or show me where I can go get him.
Period, point blank. So when the man shows up to the crib, Keke, and says, look, I need Junior because I want to watch football with my son.
Right.
The only call you should be making is to whoever has him to bring him back.
Right.
It ain't no debate.
Or to let him know his father's coming to get him. So make sure he's prepared and ready. So Keke's son wasn't at home when the boyfriend, fiance, old boy,
the baby daddy. Now I don't think they.
He came to pick him up, and he's not here. Now mind you, if the dude, even so, if the father is like, well, I'm coming over there. He ain't here. He needs to be there by the time I get there, or you need to let me know where he's at. And we don't know the details. I haven't read the article. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a situation where he knew the son wasn't gonna be there and he was coming over anyhow. Like, oh, so my son better be there when I get there, shit, or else. But you said that the thing is, he was trying to explain that he tried to get the phone from Keke, her phone from her, because the mom was threatening to shoot him.
Right.
How What that got to do with him trying to get her phone? Your mom threatened to shoot me, so let me take your phone?
Well, they're on the phone arguing, and he's keeping the phone. They're on the phone arguing is what the article says. The mom hears him in the background. He's saying, hey, where my son at? I need my son. The mom is saying whatever she's saying. So I guess he tries to grab her phone, which is a no-no.
Right.
Speak to the mom.
Yeah.
So he's saying in the footage, because there's actual pictures. If anybody's seen the video, please send the video so I can watch that. But the pictures, it looks like he's on her.
Right.
Which could have been him reaching around trying to grab the phone or whatever. If it's not his phone, he's definitely in the wrong for trying to grab her phone.
Right. Now, you don't have permission to use her phone or touch it or anything like that. So
grabbing her phone is not whooping her ass.
Right. I agree.
I don't agree with no man abusing a woman. But I also don't agree with psychological abuse. Mm-hmm. Once a woman that is a narc discards her spouse, she will do whatever she has to do to ruin his reputation and maintain an edge on him. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I hear that.
You should have been having this level of scrutiny before you gave your hips to this nigga.
I agree.
You dated him long enough to know if he was the type of man that would beat on you or not. So now that it's not going your way, and now that he wants to exercise his rights to fatherhood, now he's beating up on you.
Now, here's the thing. We don't know if he's exercising his rights to fatherhood or is he just being an honorary ass nigga that's separated from his girl.
See,
and now
this is too one-sided for me to know.
Right.
Keke Palmer's the biggest star. She has PR. She has more money.
They can spin it the way they want to.
And they can paint whatever picture they want to paint. They're never going to say that their client is out of pocket. The easy victim is the dude in the situation because he's just Darius Jackson.
Hey, shout out to Brother Jackson, man. I say this. I say it to him. I say it to her. I don't think that people are vetting their mates good enough. I think you get involved with a dude, you got a baby by a nigga, he's supposed to be, for one, your husband. And that, I understand it. That don't always be the case. Most of the time, it ain't the case. But at least he's somebody that you trust. Like, for the shit to go all the way wrong right now, that kind of throws me off. I don't know if he was the right nigga for you or you was the right chick for him. I don't think motherfuckers is paying attention to what type of person I'm giving my draws to and about to have a baby with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree. It might be a situation where she got the bread, she got the status and the influence, and she don't want him no more because she got the baby up out of him. That's possible.
Right.
But I feel like he should have saw that.
But what is your mother doing on the phone? Hang up, old bitch.
Right, but
it ain't got nothing to do with you. This is his child and her child.
Yeah.
You know, when a woman grooms her daughter to be an out-of-pocket ratchet woman, and I'm not saying that's what's happening with Keke. I'm not saying she's out-of-pocket and ratchet, but she could have groomed her not to submit to men.
And at that point, he should have known that already.
He should have.
He should have knew that.
But that's the problem with weak dudes out there, because if you treating a chick as a come up and you get these types of results, that's your fault.
Yeah, you got to know what type of chick she is.
Before
Before you shoot off on her box, nigga, you got to know what type of woman she is, famous or not. You got to be able to. And some people can't judge character well enough because their character might not be all the way up to par.
Right.
But some people can't tell. Nah, she's solid. I could tell. Because, for example, you know, I was talking about this shit yesterday, man. When couples is coupling, everything is good. And then he doing everything you want him to do. She doing everything you want her to do. And then that's great. When shit goes sour and left, then he's your mortal enemy. She's your mortal enemy. And then now y'all can't stand to be in the same room with each other. Y'all can't say shit good about each other. Like, just because the relationship goes to shit doesn't mean that you got to go to shit as far as how you treat that person and vice versa. A lot of time, I know that that's a civil way of looking at it. That's how I get down. A lot of people don't think like that. They think that I'm only fucking with you as long as you're doing everything I say and making me feel as good as I want to feel. As soon as you stop doing that, fuck you. And that's the problem. I know I ain't supposed to be cussing yet. My bad. And that's the crazy thing about it is like, man, that's not a real relationship. If you hate them, if the person do something that you don't like within their relationship and you break up with them, that shouldn't make you hate that individual.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't even hate people. A woman to go through life not hate not one person but her exes.
Here's the thing. If you're not okay with boundaries, you're not mentally healthy. If someone can't set a boundary on you, regardless of how much you love them, you're not mentally healthy. Look, I'm my own person. You're your own person. If I don't like something you're doing to me, I should be able to tell you to stop it or do something different without you trying to throw me under the bus,
right?
Trying to ruin my reputation. Do you get what I'm saying? Those people who cannot respect healthy boundaries are normally mentally ill motherfuckers. Look, that's when they start with the false accusations,
right? Such
as accusing somebody else of abuse,
right,
theft, harassment, infidelity. Like people who can't handle boundaries always have to accuse you of something in return because they view a boundary as a personal slight or a personal attack.
Right.
Not as, hey, man, I don't want to hang out today.
Yeah. Damn, what's wrong? Oh, you tripping, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. You always flip-floppity on me, man. You can't never just be regular. What you mean? I just say I got something to do right now, bro. I'm not in the mood to chill today.
Right.
I don't owe you that.
Right.
And those people, what you said, like they see it as a personal slight or attack. Those people don't have the capability to look at themselves.
Somebody's sick mentally, you set a boundary, they'll start calling other people. Hey, man, what's up with Ja? You heard what he said?
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
What do you mean he can't hang out?
He don't want to hang out?
We always play football on Sunday. Now, what, is he too good for us?
Nah, man. It's just he going through something right now, bro. All
right, cool. I'll hit you back later. Then he called somebody. Hey, man, what's up with Ja, man?
You ain't validating this point. All right,
They're going to call 12 people.
To somebody be like, yeah, man, I thought the same thing. I thought it was just me. No, it was me too, man. Don't you think that? Yeah. Hey, man. Like,
why would he do that?
Nah, some people feel like they perfect or that, like, I feel like I treat everybody with respect, man. And I never really get complaints from my friends and people I work with. But I always ask myself, am I missing something? I can't always be right. I can't always be the right nigga. I can't always be good.
Yeah.
I gotta have done something fucked up.
Right.
Or not fucked up, but like maybe something that somebody didn't like. So I always ask the homies, hey bro, if I ever did some shit, cause I'm very opinionated, nigga, I'll hit the homie up about some shit if I didn't like something. But I want the same in return. That's the only way I'm gonna grow and stay focused and be the best person I can be. If the homies are like, bruh, you said something that was kind of out of pocket to me, man. I ain't really liked it when you said this. It made me feel this when you did that.
It's gonna happen.
I need that shit. You know
we as men, bro, we control our spaces. Sometimes somebody gonna overstep their boundaries.
Right.
But what makes somebody a genuinely decent person is if they have empathy, they can apologize, they can sit down, they can come to a conclusion. Some people only think that their way is the way.
Right.
And they'll listen to you and act like they're hearing you out, but they're not. They're really just adjusting how they can run their plan.
Right.
They really have no care and concern for anything that you're going through.
Right.
It's all a front.
Right.
And I feel like with these accusations, it's making me look at Keke in a way because I'm a fan of Keke, but he was good enough for you to let him stick his penis inside of you multiple times and shoot off in you. Mm-hmm. Do you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. A man yelling at you and cursing at you is not a man that is physically abusing you. It's verbal, for sure, abuse, but I'm pretty sure you were complicit in this whole situation.
I wonder, I don't know the dude, I don't know Keke either, but I wonder if this nigga was the kind of person that you should lay down with in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think men too, for sure, because women be having your babies, brothers, but like ladies, for sure, you gotta really vet the nigga that you sleeping laying down with and giving your body to. Because if you have a child by this man got to damn near be one of the best men you ever met. That's how I see it. I look at women like if the nigga you giving your babies to or making babies with ain't one of the best niggas you ever met in your life, then what you fucking them for? Why you smashing?
I could agree with that, but you got to remember the stock of women that we have access to. A lot of these women are very educated, very beautiful, and they're choosing men that do what they say.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So remember, women do the choosing.
Right.
So
when it comes to,
so when it works out, I chose a good one. But when it don't work out, now they didn't choose that. He's a faulty man. No, you chose a dude that would do what you say. Then once he got the leverage of having the baby and you realize you lost the leverage, it's no longer yes, baby, okay, baby, you right, baby. It's shut up, bitch, give me my son. Now he's abusive.
Hey, but he put himself in that position if that's the case. If that's how it went down, if he was leveraging the baby once he had the baby with her, now all of a sudden he's saying he voicing his opinion and he's a little bit more assertive. Nah, nigga, you can't switch it up now, nigga. You can't be, let me see my son now when you been yes baby for the first 2 years. Now y'all got a baby. Now you huffing and puffing. Nah, it's just too late, bro. You already showed her who you was. Now if you change this, if you flip the script up, now you want to be assertive and aggressive and this alpha male and all that.
Yeah. Nah. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing, man. Like, they probably was both faking.
Hey, boom.
You know what I'm saying?
But you got to be able to read through the fake, man.
It's impossible when you're dealing with people who put on a fake sense. When you're dealing with somebody that has an inflated sense of self, they will do whatever is necessary to justify that view of themselves. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you get a successful, financially successful woman like Keke Palmer, who's a motherfucking boss, she's going to date a man that fits into the mold that keeps her being superior. I can't picture her submitting to anybody unless it was like, she's not going to submit to manhood. She's going to submit to the things that make her feel small in her world. Like in the world of acting, manhood is not something that people respect. It's not something that is revered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with you.
If she was dating Denzel, she would be quiet.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, think of it like if she was dating, if rest in peace, if he was still alive, Chadwick Boseman.
She would be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that she would probably maintain her proper role as the wife or the girlfriend, the feminine one in the relationship, the feminine woman that she's supposed to be in a relationship with her masculine man. I think that
Craig been hurt multiple times in real life. What? Who hasn't been hurt, man? This ain't about hurt, man. This is about.
Yeah, I'd rather you say something like you disagree with what he's saying before you just accuse a nigga of being hurt. It's life, nigga. Who ain't been disappointed in a relationship before? Who ain't ever been involved with somebody that made them upset about something they did long term or short term? Just to say Craig been hurt, maybe the nigga has, man. But shit, you ain't been hurt? If a nigga say I ain't never been hurt by a woman, he probably is one of them niggas like, nigga, I ain't never gonna marry a bitch. Nigga, I ain't never gonna give a bitch my last name. Those type of niggas, quote unquote, never been hurt by chicks. If you ain't never gave your heart to a woman, you're a grown ass man, you damn near 30, then you ain't really lived. You ain't really related with a woman before. If you've never given your heart and efforts to a woman and you damn near 30 years old, then it's probably, I mean, at that point, nigga, you ain't really lived as a grown man dealing with women. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said his pullout game is trash. Well, I mean, that was a great decision for him to have a baby with Keke.
I don't know Keke. All I know about Keke is I like her. I think she's a dope ass actress, beautiful black woman and all that. But I don't know the fact that I know this personal, when I see this personal shit pop out, but the dress at the Usher concert and the boyfriend going live, blasting on live public, you know what I'm saying, in the internet and shit like that, that's whack. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, you are who you fuck with.
Right.
You had a baby by this nigga. You had a baby by this woman. Like, y'all are, whatever she does is a reflection of you.
Right.
And whatever he does is a reflection of her. So when I see people go through turmoil with their relationships all the time and shit, I'm like, damn, nigga, like, and we all hear about it, it get out. I'm like, all right, so you goofy as fuck for fucking with a nigga like him. And he goofy as fuck for fucking with a nigga like her.
He ain't been attacking her reputation.
He did.
What did he do?
He was like, when he went online and posted her and talking about she a mother and all that, and you're a mother now, and basically trying to shame her for wearing that dress at the concert. Right.
That
was goofy shit. And to me, that's not a real. I would if you did that, I'm like, bro, man, you should probably take that shit down, bro. But I know that ain't your style. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wait till your girl get home and you're gonna chop it up with her when she get to the crib.
Look, I've had a woman that I've stopped dealing with start emailing and texting people around me.
Yeah,
because she was mad. I had one woman hit my boy and be like, man, he has low emotional intelligence. You know who you are.
Damn.
I mean, it happens. I've had women that I just did business with that I've never had sex with be mad that I wouldn't have sex with them or do anything outside the confines of business and try to do things.
That's crazy.
Anytime you go at somebody's reputation because you don't like something they have done to you or they didn't do something you thought they should do, and the something that you thought they should do was just like, if I just do what I'm allowed to do as a human with my freedom of choice and you don't like that, so you decide to try to ruin my reputation, there's something wrong with you. Like if a person hasn't truly done something to you, you just don't like the fact that they didn't make a decision that's beneficial for you, and then you try with false accusations to ruin their reputation, you are somebody who is ill.
Yeah, you fucked
because
up.
you think you could control somebody's destiny with false accusations.
Right. I agree. And that person never was your friend. That, for example, man, I didn't fill out with a few people in my life. I ain't never gonna blast them. I ain't never gonna personally try to kill their brand or talk bad about them to the public, because I still care about the person even though we fell out. We had to come to an agreement that this ain't the nigga. We don't need to be friends no more, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't hate you. I just know the way you move. I can't rock with. But I'm not gonna slander you. I'm not gonna try to discredit your who you are as a man, because that's whack to me. Because I still at some point in time considered you a close friend. And even though we ain't cool no more, I don't hate you or despise you. I just think, okay, yeah, I can't move the way you move, bro, so I got to separate myself. But I'm not going to try to kill you and crush you off, kill your character. A lot of people who do that shit, like going online, I couldn't imagine going public and telling and talking about my lady and her having a dress on that I disapproved of, and try to embarrass her in public. Even if she wrong, even if I say don't wear the dress, and she's sneaking with the dress anyways, and it's public, it's all over the internet. People talking about how good it looks or how bad it looks. I'm not gonna personally, because I'm your actual man. I'm not gonna go and tear you down by saying you a mother and trying to embarrass you and all that shit. Now on her side, me personally, how did the surveillance footage from their little encounter get publicized in her house? She had to have let it leak, and that's the same thing. You're gonna show your man or your ex dude, even if he's not your boyfriend no more, he's still the father of your son. And at that point, you got to still protect that nigga.
Right.
A lot of times, couples when they fall out and they're not married no more, or they're not boyfriend and girlfriend no more, not engaged no more, they stop protecting each other. Especially when you have kids. If you got kids, if you don't have no kids, and you just you just somebody I don't have to deal with no more. But if we have kids together, you got to protect your daughter's father. You got to protect your daughter's mother. You got to. If you love your children, you got to protect the person that's trying to protect them. And a lot of times people don't think that way. They get bitter and upset. She might be bitter. He might be bitter. And to me, that all goes back to you should have vetted your mate better, man. You should have paid more attention to the personality quirks and the traits that they had before you lay down with their ass and start making babies.
I agree 100%. But the smear campaign, when two people start smearing each other, it's for several reasons. One of the main reasons is to maintain control. Somebody who is using a smear campaign to bring down or destroy somebody's image is someone who wants to remain in control of a situation. They feel they're losing power over a person. You know what I mean? So they just start saying stuff to chip away at the way people view you.
Right.
They also want to appear like the victim.
Mm-hmm.
They want to appear like the victim. When somebody is actively involved in the smear campaign, they always got to make it seem like it's something you did to me. He told me he would give me this and he didn't give me this. And like things can't change.
Yeah, I agree.
I've asked you for things and you said no.
Very seldom, but maybe.
You've asked me for things that I couldn't do.
Right.
That don't mean fuck life. Big Ja.
Nah,
he a bitch ass nigga. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, what type of motherfucker?
You can't tell your homies no, man. And if your homies can't tell you no without you getting pissed off,
right?
Nigga, that ain't your homie. You ain't his homie.
But here's the thing: the communication thing is another trap. Because when people want something from you that they can't afford, or that doesn't belong to them, and they want to hijack it from you, they always want you to communicate a lot. If it's mine, I could just say no, or I can't do it, or maybe something has changed and I can't do it anymore. But I don't owe you explanations.
No.
If it belongs to me.
Right.
I just can't do it.
Right.
If I tell you I can't do something and now it's all out disrespect and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just all out bull jive after that, you're somebody that might be suffering from a level of delusion.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Just to piggyback on that, not only time, even still, you don't owe somebody an explanation. But like, let's say, hey, bro, I'm gonna pick you up from the airport. You asked me a week before, hey, bro, I'm coming into the airport, nigga, Monday night, bro, 11 o'clock at night. Can you swoop me? Yeah, I got you. And then I'm at the airport at 11 o'clock at night, and you text me, hey, bro, I just can't make it, man. My bad.
Right.
That's it. You don't owe me an explanation, but
I'm here with my bags. I'm sitting at Alaska Airlines.
The nigga can't change his mind, but bro, I can't make it. Something came up. My bad.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, bro, God forbid somebody got hurt. Right. It's an emergency. I can't make it, man, but I'll go half on the Oubre with you.
But that's where the accountability comes into play. As we get older, we've all been in a situation like that. But where we are now, we know, like, oh, man, well, you're still a man.
Yeah.
You still should have been prepared.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shit has happened to all of us where we're like, damn, that came out of nowhere.
Right.
It's going to set me back. I get that. But you can't stay focused on the fact that the homie didn't pick you up.
Right.
If the homie gave you a worthwhile explanation, hey, bro, I can't come, bro. Last minute, dog. You know I love you. I apologize, but I can't do it.
That happens.
He don't owe you. He don't have to tell you his mom is in the hospital.
God forbid,
or none of that. He don't owe. See, that's the thing about some of these narcs is they want you to. They're looking for you to over communicate so they can figure out a way to twist you. So that's what I think is going on with Keke and her dude. I feel like she's lost control. She's lost control of him, and she doesn't know how to handle it. And because here's the thing, this whole smear campaign that's going on in the media of him, this is still her baby daddy. So regardless of what you say about this man in the media to make it seem like it's just him, you chose him.
Right.
And this is the father of your child. So you're going to destroy the reputation of the father of your child when your child gets old enough to understand. There's either two things that are going to happen. Either the kid is going to get to know their father and realize he is that, or they're going to get to know their father and realize he's not that. And then you're going to potentially ruin the relationship with your child because they're going to realize that you tried to destroy their father at some point.
Right. I've seen it happen, bro. I've seen grown men, women too.
Success is the worst thing that can happen to a woman that has suffered from trauma as a child. Sometimes women who've suffered enough trauma need to be protected and under the tutelage of a man that is strong enough to protect him. Because the world is not compassionate to the fact that your father wasn't there, right, and that your mother probably ran him off, or that you were molested, or that your first boyfriend broke your heart. The world don't give a fuck about that.
True.
So you need a nigga strong enough to withstand all the bullshit that's going to come out of you, because it's tough for you to deal with those things. And I'm not saying those things are your fault, but you know when you're wounded. You know when you got to put a Band-Aid on a cut. You know when you're bleeding.
Right.
Don't step on the battlefield and you already wounded. Find somebody that's strong enough to fight for you.
Yeah.
This nigga's not strong enough to be with Keke Palmer.
Damn.
He's not.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what it might seem that way. Now, look, I feel like I agree with what you said. Like, you know, if his character is in question, and his character is being driven down, and that's your son's father, and you chose him, so that tells us something about your character as well, or what you're willing to accept from a man. I don't believe. I believe 10%, maybe 15% of men and women are who they are out the blue. They change their mind. Most of the time, people are who they are from the beginning. So you knew what type of dude this dude was. He knew what type of woman you were, and y'all decided to get together and be a couple, and then have a baby. And so now, I promise you, I've been involved with a lot of women in my life, and I asked them about their ex. The conversation about their exes come about, their son or daughter's father, and they be like, he just switched up on me. Did he?
This
really?
Nigga just said Craig is indirectly clowning Big Jai's missing hairline. How?
Yeah, I don't get that.
That's what somebody in the comments said.
Nigga, I ain't no Mr. Hairline. Nigga, I'm bald headed. Nigga, I'm missing everything. Nigga, I'm missing hair, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about? Missing hairline.
That's crazy.
Nigga. But yeah, man, I just feel like, yeah, Keke, relationships go sour. That happens. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see private shit go public. Why the fuck are we seeing surveillance camera footage of your inside of your house?
The setup. They set the cameras up for that purpose.
Now, here's the thing. Let's say Ring did it on their own. She's a celebrity, and they took the camera footage and they did it on their own. That's a lawsuit
All day long.
So I feel like if somebody is either her or somebody in her camp.
It might not be in her house though. If it's in her house, she could film whatever. Or if you're on public,
that's what I'm saying. It's not illegal.
Oh, you're right.
I'm saying if
you said Ring did, okay, got
if she didn't put the footage out or the pictures out on her own, and the company did it because she's a celebrity, you know, and Ring should be. I mean, I'm not saying laws. I mean, Ring might not even be the company that did that has the device, but right. I'm just saying, like, she. It sounds like it's a witch hunt. To make him, to demonize him, to make him look like the crazy ass ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, dysfunction in a relationship is two-sided.
Right.
They just glossing over.
Even the victims.
They just glossing over, where's my son?
Right.
They just gloss, I'm his protector. Where's little Craig? You at all times, you better be able to tell me where my son is at.
Right.
I mean, 4 a.m, I wake up, hey, where my son at? You better be able to tell me, if I don't live with my son, where my son is.
Yeah, I'm sure she can tell you.
But if she's not, come on, dog.
If you, I feel like if you're a separated couple or a former couple and y'all co-parent together, you and your son, the daughter and the mother and the father have access to the child, should have access to the whereabouts and the actual child at any time. Of course, I'm not gonna be like, bring 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, I'm in the mood to see my son. Wake up and bring him to me, or I'm about to come over. No, not at all.
No, but no, that's disrespectful. But you shouldn't be with a woman that wouldn't allow that.
Here's the thing: I'm about to go out of town for a week and a half.
I just found.
But at the same,
I want to kiss my son on the forehead, give him a hug before I go.
Damn.
But you in the room fucking another nigga. That's cool. Y'all can stay in there doing that. I'm just saying, life ain't all.
But you called at 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, I just found out I got a gig. I'm gonna be gone. I'm be in South Africa. I'm be in London for a week and a half. I ain't gonna be able to see him for a while. I'm gonna come by and give him a kiss before I leave. And it's 3 a.m. And she like, hey, I'm asleep. What are you talking about?
This is what y'all gotta understand too about the smear campaign. It's vengeful. This ain't no. If somebody has NPD and they running a smear campaign, this ain't no happenstance, spur of the moment thing. This is planned out.
Right.
It's vengeful. It's also done overtly, out in front of people. They want people to think a certain way about you. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? And it's done purposefully.
Yeah.
And it's persistent over time. It ain't a smear campaign ain't twice, man. Hey, man.
Nah, it's a month and a half process.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a campaign. That shit is going on for a couple of weeks minimum.
And it's calculated. Its basis is manipulation. You have something the person wants. In a relationship, she might want your soul. She wants to humiliate you. She wants to downgrade you. She wants to devalue you and fill herself up with what you have. You feel what I'm saying? In a friendship, somebody might want your position. That's why you gray rock, because the more emotionality that you give somebody who is participating in this treachery, the more they feel like they're winning. But you also protect your reputation at all costs. If somebody is manipulating your core group of friends and trying to get you to feel a certain way, or she like how she's manipulating him, he needs to speak up like, hey, I didn't do that. I don't know where they got that from. Please show me the proof. Please show me the proof that I'm this type of person. Because a lot of times they will use speculation and coincidence and paint that like it's absolute truth.
I feel like, yeah. Because they'll run with their narrative, and if you don't have a counter narrative and don't voice that, then you're gonna be what people think you are based off that other narrative. I agree. Now,
once you become the target of somebody like this, the goal is to destroy you. That is the goal. And it ain't to slap box with you. It's to put on the big ass Thanos fist and knock your ass out of this fucking planet. It ain't for no other reason but destruction.
What do you think? All right, let me ask you this question. What do you think you would? What do you think he should have did, Brother Jackson, when he got to the house and was like, "Where's my son?" And she was like, our son is at his grandmother's house."
Right.
But I was coming to come get him. Yeah. I know, but he's not here. He's there.
Right.
Then what would you do then? What should he have done there?
Call the police.
Ooh.
Call his mom.
I don't think so.
I'm not.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
Reversing you. Believe me, if you find out that Keke called the police on the nigga because that her son wasn't at the house when he got pulled up there, and you're gonna put your son you're gonna put your father in jail? Your son's father in jail?
For sure.
You are?
No, I'm saying she's gonna put him in jail.
No, I'm saying so. I wouldn't. That's whack. So don't do that.
Okay,
then you're getting other people involved.
Let me ask you a tougher question.
Uh-huh.
You realize you have a woman who is using a level of manipulation to try to destroy you, or try to ruin your chances at a healthy relationship with your child, and you know it's not gonna get no better. Do you? And she's financially viable like Keke, a boss. Is there a point where you're like, you know what? I'll be back when he's 18.
Hell no. Fuck no.
You don't think sometimes it's healthier to leave?
Nah.
I think there's a point sometimes where
if you ain't shit, yeah. If you're, I'm not about to by the time he's 18, this nigga might be a whole ass nigga, and it's your fault.
But in this type of situation where I don't want to speak on everything, I believe she makes more money, she has more resources.
Yeah.
She has a commitment to the bullshit. So there's no way you're gonna beat her in court unless you got the money to pay for a good lawyer. Why have your child be the victim of seeing this type of destruction?
We're not seeing nothing yet. He's still a little kid. He's a top.
He gonna see this.
Oh, well, I'm saying finish your statement. My bad.
I think sometimes it might be healthier to leave, man. We got a scrotum full of sperm.
Nah.
Create another one.
Nah.
Fuck little man. Peace. I'm out, nigga. Call me when you could dunk.
Nah.
I'm not saying I would do that, but what I'm saying is everybody.
Lesser niggas do shit like that though.
Definitely a lesser dude. But what I'm saying is this: she already chose a weak man. He may not have the capacity to fight.
Yeah.
It may drive him crazy. It may have him walking on the street, talking to himself, sleeping and eating out of dumpsters in 5 years. If you are not built for that type of war, because some women, you have to submit. Like a woman like Keke, you have to submit her.
He should.
Right, but she might be unsubmittable for him. He might not be. Because look, this type of beef is adversarial from within. This is her inner adversary she's fighting. He's just a muse for her to get off the shit she can't beat within herself. And if she has more resources and is stronger, you can't win that war. So bye, little man.
Nah.
I'll see you at graduation.
He gonna be like, nigga, get out of my face, nigga. I wish a nigga would pull up at 8 and I'm 18. Talking about the reason why I'm
your mama was stronger than me.
your mama had more money and had more influence and had better lawyers. That's why I disappeared for the last 17 years.
Lawrence, I agree with you. Lawrence Carter, don't no real one walk away. But we talking about in this situation where you have a woman that is clearly in a stronger position than a man.
And you gotta sleep in the bed you laid in.
Right.
Or sleep in the bed you made for yourself.
Right.
These are the cards that were dealt to you. So now you gotta play. Like,
but look, some niggas go.
You ain't no victim. You made this, nigga. You chose her. And this is the results of you choosing the type of woman that's gonna behave this way. If it's her fault,
I agree with you.
So I'm saying you got an 18-year uphill battle, nigga.
But some of these niggas go to jail, and since a jail is supposed to be a tough guy college, they doing the same thing. For some niggas, jail is escapism. They cowards.
Yeah.
So they go out and shoot a nigga and rob a nigga because they don't have the mental capacity to deal with the shit that's going on in the street.
Right.
But they go in and do a gang of push-ups and get in shape and get a few teardrops and bang crip and bang blood and come out with hands, and you think they a hellified nigga, but they really cowards. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that's their way of preventing becoming the guy that's walking around on the streets talking to himself out his mind on medication.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just feel like he gotta fight. You can't be like, hey nigga, she went sour on me. All of a sudden now she holds my son from me. You gotta fight. I know niggas that went through that. I got a homie that got paid back, got 10 bands minimum for back pay for child support that he was the mother was saying that he never paid. He had receipts literally. And she didn't think that he was that smart enough to keep the receipts.
Yeah.
And the judge found out that she was lying, nigga, and she made him pay all that bread back. But he had to honor and he got custody. Right. So you gotta mind you, it wasn't Keke Palmer he was dealing with. But I'm saying you gotta fight. You gotta fight. Like if you got a chick, you got a son or a daughter that you have with a woman that's not trying to cooperate and co-parent properly, you gotta fight. You made that decision. You can't say, well, damn, nigga. Once again, I made a baby with this chick, and now she's not doing what I wanted to do.
Right.
Now she running the program, her own little program. I'm going to dip off because she ain't doing it now because she got more power than I do. Nah, nigga, like, if that was the case, you only a man because you got the power. And when you a power, you going to do some weak shit.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Lesser niggas a dip.
Lesser niggas will dip. They have the right to dip, though.
Do they?
They have the right to dip.
Nah.
Yes, look, man.
You make it seem like not you, but a person, or in this case, you may be because you're saying it. If you say, "Hey, man, I had the right to dip, man. Your mom was being unruly. I couldn't handle it, so I left."
Right.
What about me, pops? What about me? I wasn't unruly. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
I'm just here waiting for my father to be around.
Right.
I wasn't around because your mom was tripping.
Right. Right.
Yeah, nigga, like you can't. I'm saying that for
your mother
weaponized.
Your mother weaponized you,
and I didn't know how to handle it
to destroy me. So rather than be broken for the first 18 years of your life, I chose to leave and come back when you were 18 because, hey, man, I might live till 80. I'd rather have a healthy 60 and be able to be there for you than have a fucked off 18 that could destroy me.
You know how many niggas, most of these niggas acting like bitch ass niggas grew up with their daddy not being there.
We're not required to die for our children if we don't have custody of them.
Not true.
The parent that has custody of the child is the one who's responsible for martyring theirself for the furtherment of that child.
That's not true.
If I'm not in the same house as my child,
you got to fight to get there.
I'm not their protector. I'm only their protector sometimes.
That's like saying
I'm only their protector until I get there.
That's only saying if if the kid at the crib is my protection. When he or she is at school, damn, that's out of my protection because they're not at the crib with me.
But listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Josh factually right about what he's saying, but I'm also factually right. If I have a child that lives with the mother and she lives 30 miles away, yeah, I have the title of protector, but I'm really only the protector when I'm there. Because by the time I hop in my car and get to wherever the child is 30 miles away, everybody in the house could be dead. And what have I protected? That's why I'm
talking about overall the life of the person.
I'm just saying in general. I mean, proximity. You can.
There's not one parent unless the kid is a prisoner to the crib. There's not one parent that sees their kid 24/7.
Somebody say, you got rights to the child too. You have rights.
Yeah, you got to exercise those.
But technically, look, the protector of the child should always be the father, which is why I think custody is fucked up. It's like when people split up, the father is the one that's capable, the most capable of protecting the child. I think the kid should always go with the father. If the kid's protection is number one, but it's not. What's number one is the finances. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you got a lot of lazy niggas who are just, hey, I don't want to deal with the problem of raising a kid, so I'm cool with just paying. I don't think I would be that type of father.
Right.
I want mine with me, bro.
Right.
Because if they're not with me, they're not really protected. It's just an illusion of protection.
I think they don't really care about protection from the jump. They initially care about the nurturing. That's why they want the child to be with the mother, especially at the beginning. All they care about is the nurturing part, not really the protection part.
100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
Because the system gives women the children because of women's insecurity, because women don't like to be by themselves ever. That's really what it's about, is that most women aren't strong enough to be alone. And the system feeds into that. No, bitch.
I think it is that too, but I also think, let's say the child is a month old. They're saying if the father is somewhere working all day to provide for his home, he can't be there to breastfeed one. You know what I'm saying? So I think it makes sense for the baby that's a month old to be, if you got to choose which parent to be with, it makes sense for that woman, the mother, because she breastfeeds.
Right.
And that's what mothers do typically, not all the time. Obviously, some babies never been breastfed, but traditionally, you're supposed to breastfeed the baby up until a certain amount of years, or a certain amount of months old, whatever. So it makes sense.
The titties dry up, give me my son.
There you go. So the nurturing part is important. Then the raising and protection of the part comes into play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My parents divorced when I was 7. And then my mom I was with my mom up until 13. Then she sent me to my pops. You know what I'm saying? I had both my parents. I never went without neither one of them, but even my dad was a single father from 13 on.
I think the fucked up part about it is that, like you said, there is a switch, but a lot of times the mothers don't want to pass them on when it's time to, okay, now it's no longer, nurturing is finished, take the titty out the baby's mouth and pass them on. They still want to linger. And
if you don't trust your child, I agree. If you don't trust your child with the man you made him with, then you shouldn't have had your baby with him.
Straight up.
Like literally. Even I have a roommate, man. Shout out to my boy.
Said Craig tripping. It's his baby. Hey, other animals. Look, go ahead. I'll let you.
Yeah. I remember a dude, my partner, man. He be on the show several times. Deshaun Ross. I remember me and him used to be roommates. And I remember the homie. We had another partner that had kids. A couple of our homies had kids. The homie would babysit. My roommate would babysit. Deshaun don't even have no kids, but he was great with children. Right. He would babysit the homie's daughter. He would have a show, or the wife would be, or him and his wife would be needing a vacation or something, and then the baby would be at the crib with Deshaun, a little toddler. And he was great with the baby. Make sure she was clean, make sure she was fed. She took her naps when she was supposed to. She had her snack when she was supposed to. So, and he's a trustworthy ass person, human being, not just man or woman. He's a trustworthy human being. And women, ladies, if you sit here and you got a 2-month-old child that you don't trust the man you made a baby with, maybe made him or her with, you shouldn't have had sex with the nigga. You shouldn't have had a baby by a man that you don't trust having your child for at 6 months, 5 months.
If the woman is a narcissist and becomes a single mother, fathers, that is a death sentence for your child. Because that's one of the main not literally death, but just from an accountability and being a good person perspective. Because one of the traits of a narc is they want to isolate you when you become a target. They want to isolate you from the rest of the group so they can groom you to control you. Mm-hmm. So they can destroy you, so they can break you down and then build you up the way they think is fit for you. Mm-hmm. So if you have a woman that wants to destroy you and you break up with her, what makes you think she's not going to want to destroy your child as well? The child comes from you.
That happens sometimes, for sure.
A woman destroying the father of her kid is destroying the kid's protection. So you mean to tell me you would target, destroy, and try to get rid of the very thing that's here to protect the thing that you're supposed to love the most? And I'm supposed to trust you with my child? Are you crazy?
A lot of times women feel this happens too. A woman to have a child by a person and be like, nah, I don't think he's a good example of fatherhood or man for my son or my daughter. So I don't want him over there because he be smoking weed all the time. He having a gang of chicks over there, a gang of niggas over there. He live in a dope house or whatever. And sometimes the woman keeps the child away from the father because he's not a fit person to raise a child, or a daughter, or a son.
A lot of women do have men that want to destroy them, get as far away from him as possible. There are male narcs out there, but a lot of them, hoe ass niggas. I know a few of them. So this ain't something that's geared towards just women. It's men and women. But look, man, I got to talk to my perspective, my experiences. I can't speak for women. You know what I'm saying? I can speak for situations that I've been in and other people I know have been in with women. But yeah, there are male narcs out there and they're worse. They're worse. You know, but hey, ladies, if 9 times out of 10, if you with a dude, and I mean, I ain't gonna go into that, but yeah, for sure. Same situation, ladies. If he's somebody that is on that side of the spectrum, you probably need to try. First of all, if he truly is that and he wants custody of the kids, he only wants custody to spite you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, eventually at some point the kids will realize what's going on with Pops and that he's off. And normally when Pops is off like that, the kids want to be as far away from him as possible.
You think it's possible for parents to just not, play these games and just be on the same page?
Hell yeah.
Why doesn't it happen so often though?
Choosing. You got to choose right.
I think it's weird. If my homeboy was like, bro, me and old girl ain't gonna make it, man. We getting a divorce and I'm asking for custody of our children. You asking for full custody? Damn, nigga.
Right.
Why you asking for full custody? So you could dictate when they see their mom and she don't have no control over how often she can see her kids? That's right. And vice versa. Are you gonna ask for full custody so the father can't see his kids when he want to?
How you want?
That's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
When I see something and I look at you differently because you married this nigga or you made babies with this nigga and now you don't want him to have no type of custody, say so over how the child is being raised. I think you would trust a nigga to be like, nah, I trust him enough to raise our child well as well. So let's co-parent together. And my mom never kept me up from my dad. You know what I'm saying? And when it was time to come up and I was fucking up to the point where she was like, hey, nigga, the whoopings wasn't happening. I was too big to get my ass whooped by her. And so and my father was always in my life. He was always there for my whole life. So even when they got a divorce, he was still around. But when I was 13, she was like, I got to send my son to his father because the way he's going in the wrong direction. I trust my ex-husband to rear our son back in the right direction. And he did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a husband or ex-husband or a man that you had a child by that you can't trust to raise your daughter, to help co-raise your daughter and help co-raise your son to be a solid citizen of this world, then it's on you. You fucked up by fucking that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you part of the problem too. No matter how good of a mom you think you is, if you keeping your son or your daughter from his father, you're part of the problem. You shouldn't have had a baby with that nigga.
Yeah. Man, I'm going to say something controversial. Women,
in
my opinion, only love things weaker than them. I feel like in the minds of women, respect goes farther than love. So a woman will stay with a man she respects over a nigga that she loves. So a child being weaker than a woman to a certain point, at some point she's gonna love the child, but the respect is not going to be the same as if the child was with the father. Because when a woman is single and they dealing with all these pressures of the world, if something is not there to protect them, a lot of times, and we niggas do this too, a lot of times they take that out on the children. Do you get what I'm saying? This is why baller niggas don't want their girls working and having jobs and shit like that. It ain't because they don't want them to be independent. They don't want them bringing home that stress. Because the more stress your woman experiences that you can't help her out with, the lesser she's going to respect you. You're supposed to be able to solve those problems of stress in her life. If she has trouble feeding herself or she can't buy what she wants to buy, so on and so forth, and you're there and you're supposed to be a man, whoever is there is going to be the object of lesser and lesser respect if she has to deal with this world on her own. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying every woman, but I'm saying a lot. So kids being around a woman past the point that they're children being with their mother, a single mother, to the point where they're stronger, if they can't do anything about her stresses in the world, they may become the target of her frustrations. Like us as men, we're supposed to be able to deal with the outside world and the frustrations we experience and be level-headed and be fair. But that's not necessarily what women have to do. They're not put here to do that. We're supposed to be that for them. They don't have to go out and explain why. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to come out and set everybody straight. That's supposed to really be the role.
Right.
But if she continually has to do that, I think it's not good for the kids. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? And that's just a theory. But women are like cats. They love. That's why they call cats pussy cats.
They drink milk.
You know what I'm saying?
They drink milk.
You ever see how a cat will love something smaller, but it'll also get to a point if it's overstimulated where to just kill some shit. Just start biting it. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I ain't no cats did that.
Yeah, a cat will love some shit smaller, lick on it, clean it, but it'll come a point where that motherfucker just snap and try to kill whatever. It's just because it's overstimulated by what's going on in its environment. And I think sometimes that's could be a woman's disposition when she has to deal with so much in the world being a single mother, especially if it's even a young boy or a young girl. Because some of the biggest beefs in the hood are mother-daughter beefs. I remember when I was 8, 9 years old, my sister was like, when I was like 8, 9, my sister was like 17. Moms and sis nigga was squaring up. Nigga, Donna and Maya what's happening, bitch? Throwing shit at each other, nigga. Jumping across couches.
Hey, I do agree that when a grown daughter lives with her grown mother,
Smitty was there,
but being the problem.
But my parents broke up and got back together a few times, so who could come in and put a stop to shit with Smitty.
Right.
But with no Smitty, nigga, it's what's happening, bitch.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. That's about right. I do think it could be an issue when a mother, when a woman is grown, she's 25 years old, and she's a grown woman, and she might even have a little 1-year-old son or daughter, and she's not married necessarily, and she's growing up living in the house with her mother who raised her, who told her what to do for most of her life up until about 18, which only been like, what's that, 7 years or something, 6 years or some shit. 7 years. Now she's 25 and her mom still is momming. Like, you got to listen to me because I'm saying the right shit. You still my daughter and you living in my house.
Right.
You know, but even though you got a daughter of your own now, but now I'm still queen bee.
Right.
And a lot of times girls don't want young women with children that are already the queen of their house you ain't the queen if you live in your mama's house still.
Right.
Or your daddy's house. So I think it's a problem when you got two grown ass adults, especially women, living together. One has to decide who's going to be who
in charge.
And the mom's going to be like, I'm in charge. I've been in charge most of your life. Right. Up until you was 18. Now 7 years later, you 25.
And if she's single, that throws off the balance of everything. If she has to tell, it's not supposed to be like that. A woman should never have to tell the kids she's in charge. She should simply go to her husband and he walk in and be like, shut the or whatever his language is. Everybody be quiet.
Right. Calm down. This is what it is.
Because once they get past 12, most boys could whoop their mama at 12. Between 12 and 14 is when you get the strength to knock a bitch out. Between 18 and 21 is when you get the strength to knock a nigga out.
Right.
That's. I remember when I body slammed my sister, nigga. I was 11, 12.
Uh-huh.
We was going through that phase where did you and your sister go through this phase?
Oh, yeah,
you get into it and call your mama at work.
Yeah.
We was
My
calling
sister
mom
be
every day
unfair
at work. You know what I'm saying?
Snitching. You know what I'm saying?
And one time she fired on me and I ducked it and slammed her on the couch. Bow! And she knew then, I can't fuck with my little bro no more.
It ain't the same.
But it wasn't like that when Pops. Pops was mom's target when we all lived together.
Right.
But my mother was never targeted, never had to worry about any type of out-of-pocketness when Pops was at the crib. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, somebody, you ain't trying Smitty. Nah, I ain't trying Smitty, man. Smitty like
it ain't gonna be the end. It ain't gonna be the end. You think you won today, okay?
It ain't no short-term beef with Smitty.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my pops is the person that, nigga, I graduated from high school, nigga, in 2 weeks, I was gone.
Yeah.
He said, and my dad was like, man, I was going to college, of course, but I had to go stay with my mom for the summer. He was, I love you. And my dad told me I had to leave. I had 2 weeks to get up out the house, nigga. Yeah. I graduated from high school.
How much money did you have in the bank?
Nigga, see, I probably had $400, nigga.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, I had no bread. I was going to college, though.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, he just didn't want to, he just saw, he didn't want the issue. And I was bigger than my pops by then, nigga. And I'm on huff and everything. And he was like, to keep the relationship solid as father-son, I don't think you should live here no more. You know what I'm saying? You need to go and be a young man. And my dad, old school. My dad was born in 1938.
Well, how did you take that?
A 17-year-old man, a 17-year-old college high school graduate is a man now. Go get a job and figure it out. Call me if it's an emergency. Call me if you need me. But go figure it out. My dad, I had to go live with my mom for the summer. And then my dad came and got me and then drove me to college. Was like, I'll be back.
This advice to all the dudes. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, even your children.
I'm saying, he was like,
even your children. If your woman is weaponizing your children against you, that's a weapon. You can't let that. You have to succeed at all costs. Get out the way. Get out the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the most part, and I love him for it, man. He made me. I had to figure that shit out. And then I went. He drove me to college, and he said, "Don't come back, nigga, unless you visiting."
So how did it feel in the moment when he told you?
I was thrown off because we didn't have no issue. We had no beef, nigga. I graduated. He was there for my graduation. All the family came out. He was so happy and so proud of me. Like, I love you, son. I'm proud of you. And then he had that talk with me. He was like, now you out of high school. I did my job. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to go figure it out. You about to go to college? Cool.
That's all he knew.
Yeah, but my dad was on his own since he was like 14.
Yeah, that's all he knew.
You know what I mean? And so, but obviously my dad was in the streets too, though. So it's easy to be on your own when you in the streets because you can come up on a cool little lick or something like that as a young nigga and then figure it out. You and your partners is hustling and y'all staying in one little spot and then y'all all get y'all little bread together. But like,
Somebody said reinventing Mark Clark. You are talking broken people talk. If you're body slamming your sister, never mind, don't relate. Not my life. Well, Mark, my sister is 9 years older than me, idiot. So, what are you talking about? Siblings fight? What are you talking about?
He's saying, yeah, like
this isn't broken talk. This is life experience, bro.
Like, so I'm gonna ask Mark, has he ever had? Now, is his sister, because my sister was only 3 years older than me, but she's hands-on.
Yeah.
So I had the type of sister that if she didn't like something I said and I had a smart mouth, she's going to put her hands on me. Most of the time, Mark, I was defending myself from my sister.
Right.
I was a big kid, and she was my older sister by 3 years. So I'm 10, she's 13. She's a teenager, I'm still 10. And my sister would slap me, would scratch me, haul off and grab me and try to like beat me up. Punch me in the face and all that. Now, a lot of times I had to defend myself from my sister. So one time I had to hold my sister. I didn't body slam her, but I held her down to where she couldn't do nothing. It was basically an MMA move. I had her on the ground. I had her. She was upset with me, and I held her. I bear hugged her, and I wrapped my legs around her so she couldn't kick. I said, "Calm down." I was about 13. She was 16. I said, "Calm the fuck down, man. Chill out." So maybe it is from a broken home. We had a single mom, but we had a dad. He was around. He just didn't live in the house with us. But and she was just a takeoff artist. All my sisters were
takeoff.
But you got to look at the point I just made earlier, good brother. The way the women's psyche, the woman's psyche is in a lot of cases, they're designed not to respect or to kill things smaller than them, like cats. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as like, and kill doesn't mean like physically kill.
Subdue.
But subdue. Look at women in school. Women bully more than dudes in school. Bro, I remember the light-skinned pretty chick always being victimized by the dark-skinned crew. I remember this. I remember cats trying to run that play on me, but it didn't work out because I'm the crazy light-skinned nigga. I told y'all the first roast story. You know about me out there. You remember the story. The homies tried to roast me. Shout out to Elton. I didn't understand what roasting was. I thought I was really all the shit they was saying. You know what my light-skinned ass did? I went upstairs, grabbed the biggest knife in the kitchen, and came downstairs and tried to some niggas. And since they was all
some niggas.
Since they was all old, I'm in third grade. They 6th, 7th graders. They went and grabbed the knife, got me in the headlock, laughed like this little nigga got heart. But nah, man, this is we bagging.
It ain't personal.
This
nigga.
ain't. I don't
you
mean
still
what I'm
friend,
saying,
nigga.
I had on some XJ 900. Flat top was a little scrunchy. Yeah, they was killing me.
Yeah, but back to Mark, because this is the important thing he said. He was like, "You talking about a broken family?" I said, "Hey, bro, I don't know, Mark. You might be a white guy or shit. White people be having broken families too. And really, if you fuck with Craig Facts, man, you understand his comedy. You dig his personality, and you kind of you might be the minority, Mark. You might be the minority. It might not be your
Mark
lifestyle.
is always the minority.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because like a lot of people can relate to what you're talking about, bro. I can. Me and Craig met as grown men. We was young grown men, but we met as grown men. But we have a lot of the similarities. If you grew up in a family like ours, where you had a very dominant man as a father, and same thing with your mom. My mom was very dominant, man. She was and then she.
I'm white, bro.
Oh, well, that explains it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times white people don't grow up in the type of household that black people have, and they go through life not really understanding what the hell we go through. So like you said, it's not your life. It's not your trauma.
Right.
And you might have your father might have been a lawyer, your mom might have been a pediatrician, and you might have grew up and had a car when you was 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? You might have had
grape juice and not drink.
Yeah, you might have drank, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of, like you say, you white. So not some white people can relate, but maybe a lot of white people in their families can't relate to how we grew up. And yeah, it's traumatic. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason for that. That's a whole nother conversation. You can read up on why black people grew up so differently than white people. Believe me, there's a reason why.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't got shit to do with us being black. It's a lot to do with systematic situations. So
that's why we all need time alone to figure out who we are, because when you experience any type of trauma that is imposed on you, whether you are a child and you grew up in a single home, or you're dealing with a woman and she's crazy, or you're dealing with a man and he's crazy, you got to have the ability to keep it true to yourself. Mm-hmm. Remember who you are. Because some shit is just, some situations are just a circumstance you're going through. It's temporary. It's not forever.
I agree. The circumstances I went through, me and my sister are extremely close now, and I use her as an example because I have 3 of them, but she's the youngest daughter, I'm the youngest son, and me and she was my big sister, and so but we
still is,
we always will be, and we grew up. And she was
bigger now.
I'm just made way bigger. She
your sister better not be bigger than you.
Right. No, not at all. And she would never physically try me, man. Me and my sister, I'm her protector, man. Until she get married, I'm her protector, bro. And she looks to me for advice. I'm her little brother, but she looks to me for protection, and she'll always have it. And me and her are super close, and we always been close, but we don't fight no more. We stopped fighting since we were kids, the teenagers, late teens, because we grew up a different way, and we realized we're better off supporting and protecting each other than to fight each other. She's not my enemy and I'm not hers. But a lot of times, Mark, we might not have grew up the way you did, huh?
So we on your head, Mark.
Yeah, this the whole thing about that's trauma. Yeah, it's trauma. And a lot of times, I can't speak for every white person, but typically if somebody killed a sibling in the household, chances are they were probably white. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
you
very
do your research, Mark.
Very traumatic.
A lot of times, that's traumatic as hell. I'm not saying that's your trauma. That's not your trauma. Neither is mine. But
denial is a form of trauma too.
But a lot of white folks can't handle adversity. That's why they end up killing somebody or shooting up schools and shit like that.
Well, people who feel like they were raised perfectly and aren't broken, a lot of you motherfuckers is in denial.
Right.
You think because you ignoring some shit that it didn't happen?
Because you ain't never had
got a pink mohawk.
fight with
nigga,
your
we
sister?
know why you got a pink mohawk.
Yeah.
We know what happened we know why. It ain't for no reason, nigga. We know why you rollerblade to work and your job is 20 miles away. Some weird shit happened to you in junior high school, nigga.
And you ain't talked about it.
And you ignoring it, trying to act like you was born gay. You wasn't born gay.
He was. That's hilarious.
You were submitted
at an early age.
At an early age.
He lost the battle
by somebody who deserves to be dead. It ain't your fault, but don't act like you're normal and you was born that way and you always knew. No, nigga.
Yeah. So Mark, man, so what's the most traumatic thing that ever happened to you within your family?
I lost a handball game. I lost a tetherball game.
Yeah. You might not have never got punched or pushed around by your older sister. But like even that, like I remember one year. Let's go. Let's talk about
nigga. My nigga Kevin was being.
Hey,
Mark was trying to destroy Kevin, bro.
Hey, not even that. Hold on. What's Kevin? Kevin is the main character, right? Fred Savage. His older brother was an asshole,
bro. He was trying to get niggas
beating him up all the time. Yeah, so you always talking about ain't no trauma. Like he had an older sister, not an older brother in this case. But older brothers be beating up little brothers their whole life.
Right.
So what are you talking about? Oh, that's trauma. That's not my trauma. That's not your experience. Yeah, but a lot of people grew up with an older sibling bullying the younger sibling. That's normal. Whether you white, Mexican, black, Samoan, Polynesian, you know what I'm saying?
Armenian, Chinese.
Yeah, so you saying you making it seem like he's talking about such a traumatic situation where he had to body slam his sister. They were wrestling. They probably were fighting, and he subdued her. He didn't beat her up, knock her teeth out.
Mark, you always got a banana in your suit jacket pocket.
The back one.
It's a reason, nigga. That ain't
normal, man. Shout out to Mark, bro. Hey, we appreciate you for even commenting, though. You know what I'm saying? That you engaged with the story. That's cool. We don't have to agree on some things, man.
We're going to start taking calls one day soon, man.
Yeah, really. Because what's his name? Mark Clark?
Yeah, I'm really interested in to hear what Mark has to say.
I want to hear what he got to say about the body slamming my older sister comment. I want to hear what you got to say about that.
Somebody said milk comes out of Craig's breast.
Damn.
Forget you, man.
Yeah, Buster.
Yeah, man, but don't be one of the people acting like you ain't been through nothing. You're in denial.
Yeah.
You've heard your parents fucking.
Hilarious.
You've heard your parents fucking. That's trauma.
Is that what it was? Damn.
That's trauma. Anyway, in other news, man, Kelly Oubre got hit by a car. I'm glad he's okay.
Damn.
He's an NBA player, very athletic NBA player. Probably got a damn near 40-inch vert. He was riding a bike.
Damn.
And I believe he was hit at a crosswalk. Shout out to Kelly Oubre. Hopefully you're feeling better, man. It made me think of a time where I was in the car with my homie Darius and he ran somebody over. They lived because we wasn't going very fast. We was getting off the freeway. And it was somebody that we went to high school with. There was these brothers and all of their names was Edgar. It was like 7 Edgars.
Edgars.
For real?
Cool as a breeze. So I'm
Edgars.
in the passenger seat. We coasting off the freeway at like 3 miles per hour. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody at the door. And the car hits. I wasn't even paying attention. I just heard a bump. And we were going so slow that he didn't fall off his bike immediately. He kind of looked and was trying to keep his balance and then fell. And then the car ran over him at like 2-3 miles per hour.
Was on top of him?
Like it ran over his bike, got part of his leg.
Damn.
And then he jumped up, got on his bike, and just rode off. And
he didn't notice it was y'all?
I don't think he knew that I was in the car. I was in the passenger seat. But it was a slow run over.
He didn't look at y'all like, nigga, you hit me.
It was kind of weird. Like this is man, like he was riding his bike, he wasn't paying attention, and he kind of, oh shit, and then bam, and then he fell off the bike. And then the car went over the bike, and it went over the.
And the bike was still rideable?
He got on that motherfucking road because it was
crazy.
Yeah. So somebody said strange to me.
Yeah.
If the Edgar brothers are watching, I was there. I apologize.
On behalf of the nigga driving, because you wasn't even driving.
But how do you apologize for hitting a nigga with a car? That's like, you just once if a motherfucker get up and ride their bike off, that's all I need to see.
I got hit by a car and then kept going.
When?
Yeah. I was in the 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, actually. 3rd, 4th. I was in elementary school. I was running across the street.
Was it dark outside?
It was daytime, broad daylight. It was gang of people outside. Vermont and Vernon. I was at that intersection trying to catch a bus that was going up going up Vermont.
Right.
I was coming home from school, and you cross over Vernon. You cross over Vermont while you're going on Vernon, and I looked down to my left to see if there was a bus coming. There was one coming. I was like, damn, you don't want everyone to get caught at the bus stop if you can help it. Just sitting there.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to get off this bus and run across the street to catch that second bus so I could transfer to that bus and get on to the crib. So I'm trying the light is red, but I still run through it because I see nobody coming. A white Cadillac came. Bomb. And he hit my backpack, not me.
Oh, wow.
Hit my backpack. I did like one of these, lean back, hit the backpack. That backpack flung me off into the middle of the street. It was attached to my body, so I flew. I'm like 4th, 5th grade. And then I got up real quick and kept running. And I still missed the bus, nigga.
Ow. I missed
the bus.
Ow.
And that's something that I never, ever do again.
I missed the bus.
Ow, man.
Classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's my bus hit. My getting hit by a car story. I lived. I was scraped up, though.
You ever been hit by a car, Otto?
No, I've never been hit by a car.
Damn, man, you ain't lived, man.
I've evaded. I mean, I've been skit, but I've never actually been. No, never.
Yeah, that's the sound you make when you get hit, nigga.
But in the comments, I need to recap this show. We're gonna wrap it up in a second.
Hell yeah.
Is Keke Palmer trying to destroy her guy, or is he trying to destroy her? What do you guys think?
I wonder what really happened because we never know. We don't have the full story. Did he know? Did he come over to Keke's house expecting to see his son there, and him not being there, and that made him trip? Or was he like, I know he ain't over there? Or maybe he thought she was lying about him not being home. I'm about to come over and get my son. He's not here. Don't pull up here because he's not here. And he pulled up anyways. I don't know, because I be wondering, like, how did that shit happen, man?
Yeah.
Like, just be cool, nigga. Just be regular.
Yeah.
The problem is he lacks Keke control.
You think he likes her controlling him?
He lacks Keke control.
Like he lacks control over her?
Yeah, he has no control over her.
Well, I mean, they're not together no more, right?
Then what is he angry about?
I mean, shit, that could be why he's angry. You know what I'm saying? Who did he let her go or she let him go?
He was the one wanting to break things off. He was getting a little salty with the Usher situation.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I don't know, man. If you have to try to control a chick, she's not the chick for you.
Right. And if you don't want, and the type of control that a man is having or trying to establish over you is not the kind of control you want. You don't need to be with him. I mean, not really control. Because like, honestly, you shouldn't have to control your woman. Your woman should just be in line with how you move. That's how it is. Like I shouldn't have to say, no, you're gonna do this or else.
Right.
Nah, you should know this is what he likes, and y'all should be on the same path. Exactly. Y'all should be on the same page. This makes sense to you. It makes sense to me too. Let's do this. All right, cool. I don't agree with that. Okay, why not? Let's talk about it. And if you can't talk about it and come to an understanding, y'all probably shouldn't be together.
100%.
Because y'all ain't vibrating on the same frequency.
Boom.
There we go. Hey, man, NFL scores. Jets 12, Raiders 16. Raider fans can't catch a break this season.
Damn, Raiders.
You gotta go to Baggio. We're week 10 of 18, right?
Right.
Commanders.
They won, though, right?
Who?
Raiders.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
The Raiders won.
16-12.
16-12.
It must be the wrong. Oh, they did win. I'm tripping.
Raiders won.
You are correct. Raiders did win.
Yeah.
I apologize. Raiders won 16-12. Giants lose to the Cowboys 49-17.
I'm thoroughly okay with that.
Say that again. Let's go Cowboys. Huh?
Shout out to the Cowboys. We always gonna be them boys.
That part.
Yeah, Cowboy fans, man. Yo, you guys are the most delusional people on the planet. But Chargers.
Nah, not the most. There are a lot of
Yankees fans.
I'm a real nigga, man. So I'm gonna say Cowboy fans. A lot of us. I say us. I'm a very, very, very intelligent fan. I know that until we do something in the playoffs, until we win the NFC East or some shit, until we win that shit or win the NFC Championship, I'm not saying that we're gonna win the Super Bowl. We got to get there first. We got to get at least to the championship of our damn conference before I say we're gonna win something. Up until then, I'm a root for the Cowboys, and if we lose, we lose. We win, we win. I love all the niggas that play for the Cowboys. I wish y'all the best. I don't think we the best. I think we are them boys, and we are America's team. Not because we the best.
Because we America's team.
We just America's team.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? We got to fight to be the best, and we ain't got there yet. We ain't got there in a long time. We ain't been the best in a long time. So a lot of Cowboy fans are so delusional. They're like, we the best all the time. We got 5 rings. If our last ring is over 2 decades ago, damn near 30 years ago, it don't count. It don't mean nothing, man.
We still the best franchise.
Hey, booyah. You know what I'm saying?
Lakers.
We talking about football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think Lakers, Yankees, Cowboys, or now the Patriots are up there for running that as like the best franchise.
Yeah.
Or they're the most successful as far as championships and wins and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tom Brady.
Let's see how they bounce back though as far as longevity. Can the Patriots maintain their prestigeness like after 10 years of not winning? Can they still be a hot commodity? I doubt it.
Right. If after 10 years the Patriots ain't won a Super Bowl or have done well in the what I'm trying to say, inside the playoffs, are they gonna still be considered a dope ass franchise? I don't know. Cowboys can go 0-16 and we still gonna get talked about.
Lions 41, Chargers 38.
Boom.
Falcons 23, Cardinals 25.
Damn, that's a close one, man.
Yeah, super close, man. Broncos played it today, and yeah. Here we go, man. Well, look, man, that's been this episode of the Monday podcast show.
All the above show
with the 3 homies. I'll be back Thursday. You know, Thursday we do a special joke. What do we call it, Otto?
Joke fest.
Joke storm.
Joke storm.
Joke storm. When we just freestyle off the top and make stuff funny, man. We always appreciate your support. Look, we're gonna be at the Mic Drop Comedy Club in San Diego, September 30th. Me, Big Ja, and a host of others, man. Yeah, tell them about
all my San Diego people, man. Pull up, man. All my Sioux High folks, man. Sweetwater High School, pull up. Lincoln High School, Hoover High, Castle Park, Hilltop. You know what I'm saying? Chula Vista, Southwest, Montgomery. All y'all, man. East Lake High, pull up, man. We're gonna be the San Diego High School, the Cavers, pull up. Poway, everybody in Dago, man.
San Diego State, pull up.
Yeah, San Diego State, the colleges, UCSD, pull up. You know what I mean? We're going to be out there, man. Mic Drop, San Diego, California, man.
Check
November 30th.
November 30th. Purchase those tickets now. We'll see you next. I'll see you Thursday. Josh, see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Tell them where they can find you, Otto.
Well, you know where you can find me, man. You can find me on Instagram, Autobots. Find me on TikTok, Autobots. Find me on YouTube, Autobots. OTTO, bots. I wish you guys all the best and to the next good life.
Amen.
Hey, you know what it is. If I owe you something. Also, look on Waze.
Oh, yeah.
So my voice is on Waze. If you use Waze to get around for directions, if you Cash App me $20 to $Bullyfoot and you put your email in the Cash App, I will Cash App you the link. And anytime you use your maps or as far as your Waze in your car, my voice will play.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's tight.
My voice will play. I think it's a cool feature, man. So make sure y'all do that, man. I say some crazy stuff on there. I think it'll be fun, man. So that's been this episode. Again, Club Mic Drop, September 30th. Go to the website, buy the tickets. If I owe you something, get it from Gawd.
Gawd.
Or his brother, Godric.
Godric.